The safety and quality of maize stored in the country's granary may not be safe after all. In yet another facet of the mutating multi-billion shillings maize scandal, more than 63% of the commodity being stored in various NCPB silos across the country does not meet the required standards. A quality analysis carried out by the Kenya Bureau of Standards KEBS, as directed by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on Maize, returning a worrying verdict.
Now they have bitten the bullet and told us 63% of the maize in our silos and stores is not good, substandard. Unless we want now to say that Kenyans agree to eat substandard food.
If by BADAC we are going to get a report of destroying even 50% of the maize, which has not been in our stores for a year, then it is really worrying.
A total of 2,854,181 bags of maize were sampled across the country. Only 1,054,465 bags of maize were given a clean bill of health, while up to 1.8 million bags had defects. 974,765 bags had discolored maize, while another 669,532 bags not only contained discolored maize, but grain that had other defects. 62,285 bags contained maize that was contaminated with aflatoxin, with another 93,000 bags of maize contaminated with fumonisin.
We saw it with our eyes. It frighteningly discolored to the extent that you didn't even need to look for a scientist to be told that this is not fit for consumption.
Already I have the maize in stores. I need to buy more maize. I need to dispose of the maize. Am I going to dispose of the maize that I'm not sure whether it is fit for human consumption?
But NCPB's Quality Assurance Department has contested the KEBS report, arguing that discolored maize was not necessarily contaminated. The board is convinced that any maize that does not meet the standards can be used to manufacture animal feeds, subject to approval by the Strategic Food Reserves Oversight Board.
You cannot say you don't want the results, you are not going to use the results from KEBS to condemn, and that you are going to use public health, and then you refuse to invite public health to your stores.
The question I was asking KEBS, can you give me an undertaking that this maize should be condemned?
The bulk of contaminated maize was part of the grain brought into the country last year when the government allowed duty-free importation, where crafty traders flooded the market with cheap imports, leaving local farmers in tears.
The brown one that we have in Eldoret, which is in the silos, is a mixture of what came from the farmers and what came from outside, wherever the importation came from. And because it was mixed and stored badly, it is already browning. We don't know how long it will survive without Aflatoxin.
The question I was asking KEBS, can you give me an undertaking that this maize should be condemned?
By October last year, 10.4 million bags of maize were imported, yet the government had only authorized the entry of 6 million bags. Kiunjuri linking his predecessor at Kilimo House Willie Bet with the unprocedural maize importation. The Ministry of Agriculture hopes to publish a list of all aggregated buying centers where maize farmers can deliver their produce for purchase by NCPB. The cabinet will also be meeting in a week's time to agree on the buying price to save farmers from exploitation by middlemen and crafty traders. Francis Gashuri, Citizen TV, Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.